Hey everybody, this is Leslie, and thank you for joining the interview with Leslie Heaney. Our next stop in the summer travel series takes us to one of Colorado's most glamorous destinations, and that's Aspen, Colorado. And who better to give us all the inside scoop than my great friend, Alicia Adams. She is the founder of the amazing Alicia Adams Alpaca brand. So in this episode, we start out by talking about Alicia's incredible company that she founded, where she went from breeding alpacas in upstate New York, in my former hometown of Millbrook, to making baby booties and blankets from their fur, to her business expanding to include, everything. Wraps, throws, knitwear for men and women, hats, gloves, coats, the whole 9 yards. And her products are offered in luxury stores all around the country, but also in her own stores. She has one in Millbrook, New York, one in Malibu, California, and then one in Aspen, Colorado. So in this episode, Alicia gives us all of her incredible recommendations. We talk about everything from where to stay, where to eat, where to have a drink, the best place to get a bagel, coffee, where to get your hair blown out, all the amazing outdoor activities you can do in Aspen in the summer and the winter. So this is a real inside scoop on Aspen. And for anybody who's interested in learning more about Aspen, or you've got a trip planned, this is an episode you won't want to miss. I'm so excited about this week's sponsor, the 10 Mile Distillery. 10 Mile is an American single malt distillery based in the Hudson Valley, about 90 miles north of New York, and it is the maker of the award-winning Little Rest whiskey, made through a slow distillation process with all New York State grains by master distiller Shane Fraser from Scotland. And when I say award-winning, I mean it's earned a 95 out at the whiskey competition in San Francisco and a 96 at the New York International Spirits Competition. This is delicious. If you do not believe me about how delicious this is, the good news for you is that if you're in the New York area, you can go visit this incredible and beautiful distillery yourself. It's set among the most beautiful apple orchard with beautiful views of the mountains behind. Stop by for a leisurely tour or tasting, or even enjoy an expertly crafted cocktail. They also have gin and vodka available. They also have this incredibly delicious Thai restaurant that is in residence there from Thursday through Sunday. To learn more about the distillery, you can visit them at 10miledistillery.com/theinterview. All orders will receive 10% off if you put in promo code the interview at checkout. So go to www.10miledistillery.com/theinterview to get that discount, that 10% off. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Alicia, I'm so happy to see you. Just for listeners, it's 8:15 in the morning in Aspen, Colorado. It's 9:15 in Nashville, Tennessee, and Alicia looks a lot more put together than I am. I mean, you've got it going on at 8:15 on a Saturday morning, which is, not common among us,
Well, you just have to put on a sweater, an alpaca sweater, and then you're good to go.
I know that is true. That should be that could be like an ad campaign. I, of course, have, from the waist down, have my pajamas still on, but
Me too. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That I forget who I interviewed recently. We were talking about it was like the Folgers commercial, that things were not as buttoned up, with everything that was off camera. All right, so super excited to talk about Aspen with you, and also just very grateful to you for agreeing to come on. I pinged Alicia, my very good friend and Aspen resident, like, who should I interview in Aspen? I'm like, wait a minute, I should be interviewing you. And before we talk about sort of, your favorite spots in Aspen, I thought it'd be interesting for listeners to learn a little bit about your business and you a little bit, and Alicia Adams Alpaca. You mentioned your alpaca sweater, your beautiful alpaca sweater, and I hope people can watch this at some point on YouTube, because you can see that beautiful store in Aspen that Alicia has, one of 3 stores, I think. Do you have 3 stores? Yeah.
Yes.
And so you can see all her amazing, beautiful things, but
Thank you. Yeah, we started 20 years ago breeding alpacas. We moved from Germany to Millbrook and just decided to breed alpacas. Everyone thought we were crazy because it's horse country, and they thought we're these weird Germans breeding alpacas in horse country. But we did. And 15 years ago, the kids started, the little ones, the first 3 went to preschool, and then I launched Alicia Adams Alpaca with all this fiber that we were shearing, and I didn't know what to do with it. So I just decided to try a little baby booties and baby blankets. And from then on, my husband Daniel, he signed us up for the New York trade show, New York gift show, and at Javits Center. And I was panicking, and I didn't know what I was going to show. And he's like, "We'll just repeat the product. We'll just just take the same throw and just put it around and just make more of it." And so we did, and I got my first orders from Barney's that year, and another store that had 10 stores across the country. And so then I'm like, oh, okay, somebody really likes this stuff. So, and then from then on, I just continued adding to our collection.
I remember this period because I met you around then. We moved full time 13 years ago, but I remember when you were starting with sort of the baby, your baby blankets and your baby booties, and just the most incredible. I mean, I just to make the leap though from, we have all this extra stuff that we're sharing and we can make it into something beautiful. It's not a step that most people make. It's why you look so good at 8:15 in the morning. You're like, what am I going to do with this stuff? I'm going to actually manufacture it and make it into something beautiful. But how does that, so you,
well, it wasn't that easy. I went to, so I'm not a knitter and I'm not a weaver.
Yeah.
And I can sew a button, but that's about it. And I decided I really wanted to have a product made in America 100%, and like from breeding the animal to birthing it to shearing it to everything. So I went to local sheep and wool festivals like in Rhinebeck and the upstate, and I just started talking to knitters and weavers there, and I learned so much. And so I worked with some mills, but they sent me back like really scratchy stuff because alpaca, every fiber animal has like the guard hair, and you have to remove that so it's not scratchy. And, they were thinking more in quantity, and they were saying, oh, but, if we're going to give you back this, if we're going to process this fiber and we're going to give you back the yarn, you're going to lose so much if we take out all the guard hair. And I said, well, no, I want it really soft. I don't want the scratchy stuff, because that brought back bad memories to my childhood of wearing those Austrian woolen cardigans that look pretty, but the kids hate them because they are so itchy.
Just saying that, it was like an 80s torture flashback of like the feral sweaters that like you can only wear a turtleneck underneath them because anyway.
They were so itchy. Exactly. Yes. So my mission was, I'm not going to have my kids wear those. I'm going to make the soft version of those. And so I try really hard to do the all-American version, but the weavers, there's no more really big weavers in America, sadly. So I went on a adventure with my dad to Peru, and I found smaller factories that were willing to work with me. Of course, they all didn't take me serious. Yeah, one factory closed the door, in front of me, and they're like, yeah, sweetie, don't, bye. Go to the little place down the street. I now work with that bigger factory, and we laugh about it together. It wasn't that easy. And then with the first samples I received, I then went to the New York trade show, and that was pretty nerve-wracking. So
that's amazing though. But then how do you supplement with your growth though? You obviously have to supplement the number of alpacas that you're bringing in, right? And
for sure. In the beginning, we were able to use our fiber, and we have the breeding like service or program, if you want. And then Daniel, my husband, would go to alpaca auctions and trade and buy and all that stuff. He would take the kids with him to like Pennsylvania and all these places. And the kids would show the alpacas in the rink, and we would get ribbons. It's like horse auctions.
It's like the underground world of alpaca breeding and like,
and they take it very serious, super serious. I was doing all the paperwork. You had to fill out all these things and submit them. And through that, we also learned a little bit more about the industry, about the finished products. So I got some insights of what I don't want to do and where I do want to go. And so we just decided to try it. And it was quite the adventure. Everyone thought we were crazy. But I got with support of good friends like you, they kept on rallying and saying, no, this is great, go for it. And so I was encouraged. I was then also encouraged that people did come to the trade show and place orders, because I was like, oh my God, no one's going to come here. I'm going to sit here. I can pack everything up again. Forget it. But it was great, because alpaca is such a beautiful fiber, and it is a competitor to cashmere, but it's a different animal. One is a goat, one is an alpaca. So it's hyperallergenic. And like my Barney's buyer back in the day and other interior designers that we work with, they really believed and believe in us. We still work with them after 15 years. And the quality is really beautiful. And so everything, every weave we have is just a little bit different. And so it feels then different. So people do like that. And we believe to put exactly what is in the product and not, mess with people. And, if it's 100% baby alpaca, that's what you're getting.
Yeah, no, the product is so beautiful and so it's almost more luxurious in a way, and I can't explain in what way than a cashmere. Just it's the softness of it is definitely unique in how it feels. And so from baby blankets and booties, we've gone to sweaters. But I'm looking. Pillows.
I have a full collection of
Yeah.
capes and knitwear for men and women and kids. And we have a lot of accessories scarves that we blend with silk now, which are beautiful for this time of the year. We have a lot of weddings here in Aspen. So all those pretty ladies come with their dresses and they think that they're going to be warming up on the top of the mountain, but then they come back the next day for the actual wedding. They were like, we were freezing. So they'll get a cape or a wrap or something. So yeah, and we have gloves, hats. We have a full collection.
Yeah, you have a full collection. So then you opened your store in Millbrook, and then your second store was in Malibu, right? Because
we opened it's 10 years this month that we opened in Millbrook. We actually just celebrated that in Millbrook this summer. And then we went to Malibu because I had to get out of the cold, wet winters in Millbrook. Those dull, gray, humid.
Breaks us all. It breaks us all. Yeah.
Yep. And so we went to Malibu and opened a store there. And during COVID, I always wanted to come to Aspen. I always wanted to open a store in a mountain town that would remind me of Austria and Germany, since that's my background. And I had never been to Aspen, but I knew I would love it. And even if we didn't live here, I wanted to open a store. I don't know, it just resonated with me. And so, but we came during COVID, we visited. Daniel took one trip, I took the other trip, stayed with a friend, and we loved it immediately. And then the kids are like, can we just trade the surfboards for the snowboards? Can we just move there? And that's what we did. And 5 years later, we're still here and we love it.
Okay, so tell me, what is your favorite thing, or what are your favorite things about living there?
Well, because you said it's 8:15, actually Aspen starts pretty early. We party hard, but we get up early because we need to get those hikes in or whatever. It's super healthy living here. It's very active. So in the summer now, for example, I see a bunch of people walking by with their hiking gear. So they're going to go on a long hike right now, and then they come back, and today's Saturday. So there's a beautiful farmer's market. And it's very outdoorsy. It's very family friendly. Everyone has a dog. It's a really a good feel good place.
So, okay, so let's say I'm coming out, and I am coming out in September,
Yes.
For your birthday, which I can't wait, because I've never been to Aspen in the summer. I've only been there in the winter, when there's not snow. So I'm really excited to kind of get in this. I don't know if I'll be part of the party hard, get up early group. I'll definitely be part of the former, and then maybe I'll do an afternoon hike. But if I were coming out and I weren't staying with our mutual friend, where would you recommend people stay? Or what are some hotels that you think are?
Well, the classic one that's right by the mountain is the Little Nell. And that's the super classic. It's beautiful inside. Then you have Molly's, that just opened a few years ago. It's newer, it's smaller, probably won't break the bank as much as the Little Nell. And then we have a classic, like a grand hotel that's called the St. Regis is here. It's also by the mountain. It's beautiful. Jerome is very popular for weddings. And so those would be my 4 recommendations.
And I know that there was one, and this might be a real insider tip, but our mutual friend, when I actually came out during COVID. I was there in March of 2020 with our 2 boys, with our good friends, 2 boys, and my husband had our daughter on some father-daughter kayaking trip. And we get out there, or I get out there with the boys, and there was some group of randy Australians who had infected people. They were hooking up with people all over town, and everybody was getting COVID. That was on the cover of the newspaper. This is before things were shut down. Anyway, so we were looking for things to do, and because we just didn't want to be in too many public places. And our mutual friend said there's this great pool. There's a pool on a top of a hotel, and I don't know which
The W.
Oh, is it the
Hotel.
W? And we kind of snuck in, and we had drinks, and the kids swam in the middle of the winter. So that's a real insider tip for anybody listening. You can,
Yeah, no, that's fabulous.
I don't even know if if that was sanctioned. I'm kind of a rule follower, so I was concerned about the whole thing. But our friend assured me that it was great. But that was a fun, and I'm sure like during the summer you could probably pool hop there too.
Oh yeah, and in the winter it's open as well. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you have the snow all over surrounding you, and then you're in that pool, in that rooftop pool. It's beautiful.
Okay, so what might also be helpful, even though we're not going to go too deep on the winter stuff, but there's Aspen Mountain, and then which is for sort of more advanced skiers, and then is it Buttermilk is the
beginners.
The beginners mountain.
That's where X Games also takes place. So the big ramp, the big, half pipe is there. So that's not so much for the beginners, but it's fun to go there. Then you have Highlands, which is it's pretty advanced as well. And then you have Snowmass. So you have these 4 mountains, and they are for every skier level.
See, the reason why I brought that up was because I was going to ask you sort of the best way to get around. And I remember, I think there's a very easy bus to get around, and the bus could take you from each mountain to the other mountain.
Yeah, and it's for free. It's Rafta, and they're awesome, I have to say. They're actually on time, and you can take your skis with you, and well, that's in the winter. And then in the summer, you can take Rafta as well. But then we have the wee bikes that you can just rent them, the little e-bikes. And there's a bunch of bike stores around that run for, the whole week. But if you have to get from point A to point B fast, it's like a city bike. And they have Scott stations everywhere. So my kids use that pretty much.
You just rent those, and then is it like the city bikes where you can leave them anywhere and then pick up another one, or you?
Yes.
Okay.
So those are really great. And the first 30 minutes are for free. And so that's why if you have to go from here to there in 10 minutes, and then you just drop it off, and then so you can basically get around town for free on the bikes all day long if you put them back in their station on time.
Oh, that is awesome. And then I'm sure you probably have Ubers if you need that, or taxis and things like that.
Yeah, in the season we have some Ubers, some smart Uber drivers that will come from Denver and station themselves here. Otherwise, we've got High Mountain Taxi, they're good. It's just very slow. And there's another insider tip, like when you stay in the core, which means inside the town perimeter, there is our mutual friend loves to take that one. It's called the Downtowner. So you just call them, and they'll come and pick you up wherever you are, and then drop you off if it's within the city limits.
Stop it. So if you're at a restaurant having dinner and then you want to go to a place to have a drink after, we're going to get to in a second, then you could have that Downtowner bus, and there's just a number that you call?
There's just a number that you call, and yes, and then they can just pick you up if they're available. Of course, they're pretty popular, so you got to wait.
Oh, I love this free transportation thing. That's a really nice feature.
And Aspen has so many good bike trails that, I mean, honestly, a lot of people are just biking around.
Okay, so let's talk restaurants. You get there, you get on your e-bike, you want to go, you're taking the Downtowner, you're leaving the Hotel Jerome or wherever you're staying, and like maybe are there favorite like breakfast spots, like diners or places to get coffee that you like to go?
Yeah, one just opened up actually last week, and it's become my favorite. It's called Silver's, and it's right near the Ajax, so the Aspen Mountain, and they have, get this, they have bagels, and they make them with New York water.
Okay.
And but they're delicious. I don't know, but they're delicious. And
I was going to say, being a New Yorker, I'm thinking like, does that involve, I don't know, some like a rusty plumbing? Like, what is
maybe that's the twist that you need for the good bagels.
Lots of salt. I don't know what.
So yeah, Silver, and they just opened. So they have fabulous takeout food and coffees. And then step up, it would be Sant Ambrose. They opened up here
Yeah.
a cafe and a restaurant. They're not together. They're not. One is in a different location, but Sant Ambrose has really nice terrace, so you can just sit out there and people watch, and it's like in New York City.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And then you could also go there for lunch too. If you wanted to have lunch, I would assume if it's the same as their.
You can have lunch and little bites, and their sandwiches that are always delicious. Yes, you can. Yeah.
What about other lunch spots that you like?
So my absolute favorite is Clark's Oyster Bar, and that's open all year round, thank God, because some restaurants do close when it's off season. They take a little break. So, but good thing that Clark's stays open. Another lunch spot, what's fun to do with a family would be to get a bike and go to Woody Creek Tavern. And that's in Woody Creek. It's a little neighborhood outside of Aspen, but there's bike trails leading there. So, and it's very Western cowboy-y. It's fun to go there. You just have to make it back if you're going to have margaritas. That's always the challenge. How to get back, or you take the rafta back.
You take the rafta, take the e-bike and take the rafta.
Exactly.
What about, isn't there a thing on like Mid-Mountain? There's a restaurant. Is it Cloud9, or am I confusing that with a different place?
Cloud9 is in Highlands, as in the other
Highlands. Okay.
Ski mountain, and that's only open in the winter. But here in Aspen, you can take the gondola up to the sun deck and have lunch up there, or you can hike up Aspen Mountain and then take the gondola down for the sporty ones.
Oh, that is so. Tell me about that. Okay, so we talked about the biking, and by the way, when you go to these bike stores to rent a bike, they probably have some bike maps. Do they have bike maps to show you where the trails are or tell you how to get around?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. And everything is labeled really. I mean, it's pretty small, so you get around pretty fast. And the bike trails are all labeled, and it's really visitor friendly.
I'm so excited about my latest sponsor, Cozy Earth. Cozy Earth's bamboo sheets are temperature regulating and guaranteed to give you the best night's sleep you've ever had. They're made from viscose from bamboo, and they naturally wick away heat and moisture from your body, allowing you to sleep several degrees cooler. Now, for ladies of a certain age, like myself, who may be experiencing night sweats, those several degrees cooler make all the difference. They alleviate your symptoms, and they help you sleep through the night. My Cozy Earth sheets have literally changed my life and my husband's too. We just arrived at our summer rental, and we have a temperamental Nest thermostat in our room. So I've been tossing and turning, just dreaming about my cool Cozy Earth sheets back at home. Cozy Earth sheets not only keep me cool and allow me to sleep like a baby, but they're also the softest sheets I have ever owned. It feels like you are sleeping on a cool cloud. I could not love this product more. Another amazing thing about Cozy Earth sheets is that you get a free 100-night sleep trial. So you can try them for 100 of the hottest nights this summer. And if you're not in love with them, you can return them hassle-free. But trust me, you will not want to return these sheets. So upgrade your summer and your life, frankly, and go to CozyEarth.com. Use the code INTERVIEW at checkout for 40% off temperature-regulating sheets, apparel, and more. Trust me, you're going to feel the difference the first night. That's CozyEarth.com. Use the code INTERVIEW for 40% off. Sleep cooler, lounge lighter, stay cozy. What about, okay, so we talked about these people that are walking outside your store at, 8 morning your time, ready to go for a hike. Where are they headed? Or where would you head? What are your, two hikes you really like, or...
Yeah, I mean, I like, there's one, it's not in town, it's up Castle Creek Road, and that's called American Lake. That's beautiful. It's one of my favorite hikes, but it's a 4-hour hike, or 5, depends how fast you're going. And then there's a lake at the top of the mountain. It's just so pretty. And if you dare, you can just take a swim.
Now, when you say 5 hours, Alicia, it's 5 hours up?
No, it's 5 hours in total.
Total. Okay. So it's like 2.5. And what are we talking about on an elevation? It's a real glute.
You're going, yeah, it's a glute. Yeah, you'll feel it the next day for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little Epsom salt bath would
yeah.
And then the ones in town, the one probably where you can see everyone and it's a meet and greet one that a lot of people do is the Smuggler Trail. I mean, you can see everyone and catch up about last night on that trail. And that's not too bad, the elevation. And then the really hard one is the Ute Trail. It's short, but it's very steep. And when you do that and you come back down, you really feel like you walk the American Lake, basically.
What?
And that's called Ute Trail.
Like YOU?
It's UTE.
UTE. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. I had a perimenopausal moment there on my feeling thing. All right. So this is good to know. I might pack my hiking. I do have hiking poles from doing a couple of those hiking spa trips that I've done in the past to try to lose some lbs. Maybe I'll bring those when I come out for my September trip. All right.
Well,
So
if you need anything, and that brings me to that Ute Mountaineers. That's the outfitting store here, the local, and they have everything for camping, hiking. They're awesome. They will outfit you with everything you need.
oh, that's awesome. All right. So what about other things besides hiking? Probably mountain biking, right? Would be another big summer activity out there. And then fly fishing, whitewater rafting. What else? What kind of?
So, yeah, there's fly fishing on the Roaring Fork River, and rafting. And then we go up Stillwater to go paddle boarding along the river. That's much quieter, of course. And that's a great activity with kids. Maybe we can do that when you come.
Is that just right outside town?
Oh, yeah, it's really close by. Actually, the store next door to me, they rent out paddle boards and they will drop you off there. And then you can just come down the river and then they'll pick you up again. It's really fun. That's
awesome.
really nice. And you see so much wildlife there. You can see moose and, elk and all sorts of animals.
Oh, that is awesome. All right. So you got up, you went to Silver's, you got a New York bagel, then you went on the Ute hike, or maybe you did the paddleboard excursion. And now you're thinking about after lunch, maybe getting an ice cream or
yeah, they have a great ice cream place. It's called Paradise. The line is insane. During lunchtime, it's in the afternoon, it's not too bad. After dinner, it's pretty long. And then we have the music festival here, so that some of the musicians, they will set up and play their classical music or something fun in front of the Paradise ice cream spot.
Oh, that's awesome. And you said to me before we started recording that there is a music festival happening there now.
Well, there are actually two. There's a classical music festival happening at the moment in the big music tent. And then there is one called Up in the Sky that's happening. That's outdoors. It's Buttermilk. So last night there was like a huge DJ, Rufus playing, like setting up there. And then today I think Casey Musgraves or something like that. And then we
yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's performing tonight. And we'll go to that. And then you have Belly Up, which is a small concert venue, but with big names. So that is definitely, if you come to Aspen, you should definitely try to get tickets for a concert at Belly Up. It's like in a living room. It's amazing.
Those two music events, they happen every summer.
The classical one,
Yeah.
it happens every year. Yes. And it brings people from all over, and the musicians are also from all over the world. And they're mostly young students. I mean, it's pretty awesome. And music festivals Up in the Sky, I think this is the first one or maybe the second one, but then we have the Jazz Aspen Festival, and that is always during Labor Day. So this year we have like Lenny Kravitz and I think the Lumineers coming. We've had such big names here. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. And then what about, and you might not know anything about this, but so we don't have to go into it if you don't, but the Aspen Institute, right? The Aspen Institute is in Aspen and they have lectures and all kinds.
And they have, yeah, and that happens also. It's like in that same music tent where the classical festival takes place. And the Aspen Ideas, it brings so many people in here and people go and debate and, it's just a really good forum to interchange and just swap ideas. That's also where the graduation takes place, the high school graduation. A lot of stuff happens in that tent, and that is connected to the Aspen Ideas.
Oh, that is fascinating. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're sitting in your beautiful store. You went to the ice cream store after lunch. Where are we going to go to shop besides your amazing store?
Well, you definitely need some cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. So I would probably recommend Kimosabe. You can't miss that one. You need to go there because it's just such a thing. It's an experience. It's a beautiful store and there's such a vibe. They have a bar upstairs. Of course, if you buy, boots and a hat, they'll probably invite you to go up to the bar and
Oh, I
get a shot
love
or
that.
something.
I love that.
All the sales girls are beautiful and the staff there is just they're super fun to engage
That
with.
is awesome. And then Gorsuch, right? You always get the Gorsuch catalogs. I think Aspen is the only place where Gorsuch has a store. Am I right about that? Don't quote me. I don't know. But
Gorsuch, no, Gorsuch has actually, they're right behind me. They're my neighbors. They are, and that's another great place to have a coffee. They have a cafe in one of their stores. Gorsuch actually has, I think, 3 stores in Aspen.
oh wow.
Yes, and they have another store they have stores in Vale, in Telluride. They're spread
Oh,
out.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
Yes, but they have really classic stuff from Austria. Those jackets and beautiful things there as well.
And then if you were to go, you need to get like a hostess gift or I mean, your store would be a great place to go to do that. But is there like
Absolutely.
a homewares place or like a place for little
Yeah.
knickknacks or
Yeah, I would probably say Checkers or Paradise Underground, who are just across the street from me. They have then candles and,
yeah,
little
yeah.
frames and things like that.
I
Yeah,
also remember you have a great toy store for families. Don't you have a good toy store? I mean, that was a COVID place we visited after we pool hopped at the at the W Hotel. We took the boys to some great toy store.
there's a really good toy store. I mean, if you ask my daughter, it's nah,
Yeah.
it's all right. But the absolute oh, actually, if you come to visit, I have to take you to Carl's Pharmacy because it is actually, I think it got stuck in the 70s, that whole building, and it looks like that. But you can find it's a pharmacy. It's like a pharmacy and drugstore at the bottom, and then you go up the stairs and you will find, I mean, it's like a mini Target, a mini Toys R Us, a mini everything you need, from underwear to a flashlight to, I don't know, like anything for the dishes you can find there. It's really cool. It's like a
That is
favorite place for everyone.
that is awesome. There's a place in New York called Zittimer's.
Yes, it's like Sidamers.
Yeah. That's right.
But this one got stuck. This one stayed like in the 70s. Like so it's really fabulous. The stickers of the price stickers are already a little yellow on the folders and stuff.
I love it. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I definitely want to go there when we come out. That sounds
Yeah.
awesome. All right, so you go to Carl's, you get a pair of underwear because you forgot to pack some, toothpaste, maybe you get like some Legos for the kids, and then you're thinking about dinner.
First, you still have to go and visit, the Aspen Museum. And they have a cafe at the top called Swedish Hill. And then you can take your bikes back down to the Rio Grande Trail and stop at the John Denver Sanctuary. You're going to love that. It's actually a sanctuary. You can sit there, you can meditate, you can reflect. There's little water pods that you can get in. It's really nice.
Andrew is a huge John Denver fan. We have to go to the sanctuary when we come in September. Sounds
Absolutely.
amazing. So the other thing I forgot, if you want to get your nails done or get your hair blown out before you go to dinner, after you've gone to the museum and the sanctuary, where should people go?
There are a few places. I would probably, my favorite hairdresser is called Alejandro, and he's at St. Regis at Sweet Rayad. They also have a place in New York City, and they just opened a few years ago, and they're killing it. They're awesome. So it's downstairs of the St. Regis. You can go and get a really good, blowout there. Nails, there's a bunch of little nail salons. They're all the same.
All
They're all
over.
this. They're all the same family.
And if you wanted a spa day, like you wanted to go get a massage or you wanted a facial, where would you?
There's a place called Aspen Lux Spa
Okay.
on Main Street. I would probably get a facial there. For a full spa day, I would go to the St. Regis. They will pamper you there. They have their indoor pool. small, but it's nice. Massages O2, that also gives you like, they can give you fabulous massage. And they also have a yoga and Pilates. They offer O2 is like this little boutique yoga slash massage place. And it's right in town. It's right next to the Wagner Park. I would probably go there too.
And the Wagner Park, does that have a playground?
That has a playground, and that's where they also play rugby.
Okay, I was going to say, I remember something like that. I was taking the kids to some park kind of in the like sort of near in the downtowner, right? Probably got on the downtowner van with our
Probably
friend
did.
to get a free ride. Okay, so we want to have a cocktail before or after dinner, and we want to go to dinner. Take us there. What are your spots?
I'd probably go and get a cocktail at Casa Tua or Betula. It has a beautiful terrace as well. Dinner, I would go to, we were just there last night actually at Park Aspen. They're actually going for a Michelin star, but their bar menu is really, it's simplified and it's really good. So that's called Park Aspen. I would go, or if you want to go to sushi, you can either go to Matsu, Hisa, or Kenichi. There's a new one that just opened called High C, which is really, they have a beautiful bar too. And it's called High C is like yes, yes, because high is, I guess, yes in Japanese. So it's a Japanese Spanish fusion. Yeah. And that one is, I went with my son there when they just opened and we sat at the sushi chef table watching him do everything. And it was great. The quality was amazing.
Oh, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. So have we missed anything? We missed any spots?
For food, for dinner,
Yeah.
probably the steak 316 is for, good steak around here. That would probably be my number one suggestion.
And is there a place that has like some ski towns have this, or like you can, any kind of, and it might be more of a winter thing, but where you'll go and like have elk or, sort of a more kind of meats or things that are kind of from the area?
I would say, what's really nice is to go out. It's a little bit of a drive, but it's called the Pine Creek Cookhouse, and it's in Ashcroft. It's about 13 miles out or 15 on Castle Creek. You just drive there, and it's a really fabulous restaurant. And I would assume that I think they have elk and all the local meats there.
And is that just like a local kind of place, or because there's a place that I went to in Aspen where you cross country ski to get there.
That would be that one.
That's that one. Okay.
In Ashcroft. Yes.
And it was far outside. Can you
It's
hear
far
the
outside.
cicadas? I'm outside in Nashville. It is like this.
It's so pretty.
It's I guess it's like Jurassic Park with bugs the size of I can't even tell you the noise. And then anyway, I have to go on and on. It's a new feature of I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it.
But you can also go I think you can also go horseback riding there. So that's nice to do in the south. So in the winter you can go cross country skiing, and then in the summer you can take a horse there.
Horseback. I forgot about the horseback riding as something that, and if you want to fly fish too, there probably is an outfit, like a fitter or
outfitter.
Something.
Yeah, and they will take you there too. But the more serious people probably go to on the frying pan. It's a little further out. And then, but like locally, you could just go to the Roaring Fork River. That's fine. Oh, another fun thing to do in the summer is going to the rodeo. They have every Wednesday, there's a rodeo in Snowmass. And it's fun. It's super fun.
And then also, I don't know if it's Snowmass or is it Highlands? There's a roller coaster,
Is it a crazy one? Is it like one where you take a gondola? Oh, it's the Alpine coaster.
The Alpine coaster, yes.
Yeah, that's in Snowmass.
Okay, you're like on the mountain, and I thought it was so fun.
Yes, because we do have one that is the Glenwood Caverns, but that's in Glenwood, further down, like a 45-minute drive. And that is the highest, the amusement park on the highest elevation. It is absolutely terrifying.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I forgot about that. Should we just quickly... It's high up, Aspen.
Yes, it's high up.
So you want to hydrate and write any other tips. And now I'm forgetting this. I'm going to bring myself some. I'm going to get those. I took the altitude pills when I went to Telluride for Christmas before last, and it made a huge difference.
Yes, I mean if you're sensitive to that, you definitely also, especially on the cocktail side, you need to go a little slower because it hits
Yeah.
you a little harder in the beginning.
Yes. I'm gonna I'm gonna have to pace myself. Definitely
Yeah, but
pace
you
myself.
definitely need to hydrate, drink tons of electrolytes if you need. And it's pretty hot here right now, so it's definitely suggested.
And that's something else, temperature. So like during the day it can be warm, but then at night, like you were talking about people coming into the store to buy wraps, at night it would get a little chillier.
Yeah, at night it's so nice. It cools down to around, like high 50s or like even low 50s now. But in the daytime, I mean, yesterday was pretty hot. It was nearly 90. So
Oh
that's
wow,
pretty
okay.
hot here. But it's a dry heat, so it doesn't really, it's not this sticky heat, which
Yeah, you
is
can see
helpful.
me outside and you can see the dew on my
Well,
51
yeah, it has its pros
shirt.
and cons because I mean, that's why we have to hydrate here much more.
I didn't even think about that. All right, okay. So you're in your beautiful store. What's next for you? What's next for Alicia Adams Alpaca? Are you thinking expanding stores, expanding product line? You're just everything's exactly where it is, sweet spot. Tell me what your plans are.
We're working actually on our bedding collection, so sheets and all of that, and I'm very excited about that. And we're gonna have that made in Italy, outside of Florence. We're working with someone there, and I'm very excited to get that into the stores. And they do towels as well.
That's
And then
amazing.
yeah,
Now,
because
will you
we have
use
to
how?
complete the bed.
Yeah, how will you weave that? No pun intended. Into the. Are you able to use alpaca, or is it just
Fiber.
different
No,
fiber? Totally.
we'll just use really nice cotton for that,
Yeah.
and then just to make it simplify people's lives and just be able to use our washing machines.
Yeah. No. Oh,
They can
exactly.
they can put all the fuzzy stuff on top. And then we're looking into opening another store in Texas. So we're just scouting right now and thinking about it.
I'm headed to Dallas the week after next for the podcast called Podcast Movement or Podcast Nation or something. It's a podcast conference. And so if I can, and I'm staying with a friend there. So do you want me to do any recon for you? Let me know
Yes.
on locations. I can
Well,
get
I'm a big
feedback.
Dallas fan, so
I
it's
kind of think
definitely on the
Dallas,
list.
hey, I think Dallas might be the place. Some
It's
big
definitely
shoppers
on our
in
list.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, my friend. Well, I am so grateful to you, particularly at this time of the morning on a Saturday, to talk to me and all my listeners about all the inside scoop on Aspen. I can't wait I'm going to hit the sushi place. I'm going to paddleboard. I'm going to do it all when I come out in September. And
We're gonna hike. We will hike.
we're going to hike. I might not do the
No.
one
We'll
that's
just do the
called-
Ute. We'll
Yeah,
just do
the
Ute.
Ute. Yeah. But I like, and I like, I'm excited about the steak place and the bagel place with the dirty New York water. I'm on board for the whole thing.
Don't quote that. I don't know really where the water comes from. That's just what they said. But they're lovely people.
I love it. Well, it sounds delicious. I mean, there are no better bagels. So that's
True. That's true.
however they do it. I'm on board. So, but thank you so much, my friend. I can't wait to see you.
Thank you, Leslie. Yeah, and I'll see you very soon.
That brings us to the end of this episode of the interview. Thank you to the great Alicia Adams for joining us, telling us all about Aspen. I can't wait to head out there for a visit next month and try out and visit all these great places that she shared. Big shout out to our summer sponsor, 10 Mile Distillery. Don't forget to check out their website to order their delicious and award-winning Little Rest whiskey and other spirits. And don't forget to use the promo code, the interview at checkout, for 10% off. Big thank you to Cozy Earth, our other sponsor. Not only do their products keep you cool, they're amazing sheets and PJs, but they're the perfect things to order for your college kids for back to school. And don't forget to use the promo code, the interview, for 40% off of those sheets and PJs and all their other amazing products. And as always, thank you, listeners, so much for listening. I so appreciate all of your support of the podcast. I hope you're having a great summer. And if you're interested in learning more even about the Hamptons, we're going to have another episode on that. So tune in on Friday for that next episode. And until Friday, this is Leslie, and thanks for joining the interview.